We're going to go. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Phyllis, and it's PSC 100X on the platform. Glad to be here today. Always excited, to bring information and whatever I can to contribute, to the community. It's really been just a great experience for me. So welcome to the daily session, daily discussion, and the dApp overview. I'm so glad and very thankful to be your host today. And today we're going to actually talk about a few things. We're going to cover how best to utilize the Vetter platform, of course, and this call will be interactive. So I hope you're going to be able to join in with me, because I'd love to be able to hear from you and kind of get a feeling of, what you're learning and what we can do to expand that. Love to know that. So, raise your hand at any time or just jump in and make a comment or ask a question, and I'll be happy to go over it. So whether you're a veteran on the community or whether you're actually here for the very first time, and I'm glad that you're here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the best research tool in the crypto space, how you can utilize it, where you can actually help yourself find, with 2x, 5x, 10x, and beyond. And in fact, I just had a 7x just yesterday. So excited about that. So if you're brand new and you don't know what we're talking about, that's okay. No worries. All you have to do is go to vetter.ai and learn a little bit more there. And of course, you can jump on this call that we do 6 days a week so that you can learn more, from some of the leaders, in the Vetter community. So thanks guys for being here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually, today we know that we have a lot of announcements to do. So let's go ahead and get that started. And today is April 22nd, so we're coming to the end of April, believe it or not. And there's a lot of great things happening as always. So just want to put this out. This is some great news. And in the news that just came out just a little while ago, even though it was out a little bit ago, but we still did have another announcement, life-changing announcement, and AMA, and that is going to be on April 27th at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. UTC. So you do not want to miss that. That's going to be on the Vetter platform. So you want to make sure that you're there. So bring your friends, your family, all your loved ones, your pets, your dogs, your animals, anybody that walks or crawls or anything, they don't want to miss this. So it's going to be really, really great. So you want to kind of get yourself in a nice quiet space and make sure that you take some great notes, because this will be a life-changing event. So just want to go into a little bit more as well. As you all know, that we were just written up in a press release for NASDAQ, and it's been pretty amazing. So it says here, I did a little snapshot. It's a little blurry and doesn't really fit scale to page. Doesn't really fit the page to scale, but doesn't matter, right? It's about the content. It says Vetter to launch new brand ignition and discover Vetter Tracker, Vetter Signals, Vetter University, Vetter NFT, Vetter TA, Vetter Vine, AI database, tokenomics, and gamified scoring. Vetter platform is about to get a massive upgrade to its website and brand as it prepares for the launch of its multifaceted launchpad and arsenal of dApps for all levels of the crypto space. Guys, that is pretty exciting. Also, we have an announcement coming out today at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be 9 o'clock UTC. And there's going to be a big announcement and an event-changing announcement again. So make sure you kind of stay plugged into that as well. So what I'm going to talk about today is just a couple things. And oops, sorry about that. I got these sticky fingers. What I wanted to talk about today, of course, we're going to get into the dApp, and that's the meat of, where we're going with this. But I also wanted to talk about what are some red flags that I see in tokenomics versus, what a good looking tokenomics actually is. And one of our top vetters actually did a presentation on this a couple days ago, and it was such a great success. So I wanted to bring it here as well, because if you aren't in Discord, you didn't have an opportunity to actually see it or even hear it. And it may have been a time frame where you were working or whatever. So as you see on the right-hand side, this is basically a tokenomics or token metrics. This is basically how the tokens are actually split out, for the actual pre-sale or whatever type of sale it is. So the first one is what I consider to be a good allocation. Okay, the burnt amount that you see in the gray, I'm not really too focused on that. Okay, where I'm focused, my focus lies is on the unlocked allocation being small. So as you can see right here, the unlock allocation is not real large. Now this doesn't have the percentage here, but it's probably, less than 10% or something like that. Now, the reason my focus is on the unlock allocation, and it is always on the unlock allocation, is because typically the owner of the token will most likely have control of the wallet that controls that. Okay, and that means that there is room where they can actually dump their tokens whenever they feel like it. So that's always something that I look at. So for me, this is one of the top things that I actually look at right away. There's other things I look at as well. I look at team vesting, and that's kind of nice because you want to know, what the team's getting, and, and how is that vesting period going to react? Meaning, are they going to get their tokens immediately when they launch, or they have to wait 3 months, or they have to wait a year, or whatever the case may be? So that's a good thing to actually look at as well. You always want to see a healthy liquidity. And of course, the pre-sale looks healthy as well. Now, the other thing you might want to look at, if it's in here and it's not, is private sale, because when you have a private sale prior to a pre-sale, that's also going to determine how the price action is going to be on day one, unless that private sale investor is basically, unless they're vested. So that's basically what a good tokenomics. I'm not getting into the very detailed of it because I did the details on it a couple of weeks ago. This is an example of tokenomics that's not so healthy. Okay, and for something like this, what I would typically ask in the Telegram group, if I see something like this in the tokenomics, is why is that allocation so large, and why is it so large? And if it's that large, how are you breaking that down? What is that going to look like? Is there anything in that unlock that I should be aware of? Sometimes, it could be staking and other things. There are some legitimate things, but honestly, I am very, very skeptical to a large unlocked area. So you want to make sure that you actually take note of that. And for me, it's typically a red flag. I don't rule it out or disqualify the project, but if there's a good explanation. But to be honest with you, it's got to be an awesome, I'm not even sure what explanation you can give me that I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to jump into this. So if you see that unlock being a large segment, okay, because look about it, it's actually unlocked more than the pre-sale and the liquidity, or maybe, yeah, even the liquidity. That's crazy. So that's something that you want to actually look at as well. So, okay, let's look at this. Red flag or not? Well, this would be a total red flag to me, just because of how big the token allocation is for the unlocked. Again, look at it, guys. It's half. It's half. Again, when the majority of the supply, okay, is like you see it, okay, right here on the screen, to me, that is a huge red flag. And what I would do is I would run absolutely in the opposite direction. And I would tell anybody and everybody not to actually get involved in that. So if you're a scout and you scouted a project, okay, and you see this, you want to make sure you note that, in your note somewhere. If you're a vetter, you definitely want to make sure that you note that, in the vetted category, so you can make sure that they know that you picked this up as a red flag. So just want to make sure I share that as well. Let's go on and let's talk about how long will an allocation be locked for. Okay, so how to find out how long a locked allocation will be locked. Well, it's really pretty simple to do. You can actually go right to the Pink Sale if they're using Pink Sale, and you can actually get that right from there. It'll tell you, when the unlocked time is. This here happens to be April the 4th, 2023. Sometimes you'll see things that are, that'll have a total supply, labeled locked, but it may only be for just maybe a month or 4 or 5 days. That's something that you want to check out. Now, you want to also look at the time set, the unlock time set. So you see that the unlock was timed for 4/4. Okay. And the time for the pre-sale, the time set to unlock was 4/4, but the time for the pre-sale was 4/4. And that's locked till 2023. This means that the locked allocation will be locked for 1 year. Although this allocation is locked, does not guarantee the project is going to do well. Just so you know, guys. And I'm just bringing out some variables that you can actually look at as a layman, as someone learning. So does it mean because it's locked for a year that it's going to be a great program, okay, a great project? I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you some tips on what can help you, kind of take a look and feel pretty comfortable or comfortable enough to be able to want to invest. But having it locked for a year is helpful in keeping a large portion of the supply not in circulation, right? Because that helps the price. Be careful because some projects do this, but only have a locked allocation for a few days. And I just saw that happen, and I just actually literally asked the developer in their Telegram group, why is the unlocked, what's up with the locked allocation? Why is it only a few days? And, what happened to me? I got booted right out of their spot. So that's, pretty upsetting. So, what happens to me? I don't invest in that. So something that you need to kind of just be careful of and look at. And remember one thing, if you're an investor, you have every right in the world to know what's going on behind that token. Okay. I was actually looking at a token the other day and I was really pretty interested in it. And they had said that the developer has done a couple other games, it's gaming. And I wanted to know what they were, and knowing that they don't like talking about their prior projects, within their Telegram group. And I understand why, because you really want to focus in on, just like us, we don't want to really focus so much, on the actual launch pad that's coming up because we haven't launched it yet. We want to keep our conversations about Vetter. So they wanted to do the same thing. So the person said to me, I'll be happy to answer a question, for you, in the Telegram chat. And I was like, wow, that's really exciting. I'm glad that they're going to let me do that. But when I asked the question, the answers that I got were just really kind of crazy. And actually I'm looking for it so I can read it to you. Let me just I just said I just want to know really, what this, what are some of the projects that the developer's been in. And and she said to me, try not to focus on the project. You should not feed the conspiracy theory. You won't find anything hidden. I was scratching my head at that. I'm like, what are you talking about? So she said, if you want to know more about the project, go to the main chat. It's open. Now, this was just the person that I had some dialogue with, the developer, had a dialogue with the moderator. And she's the one that told me to go talk, to send her a message. So I did. I sent her, I'm a little confused because I'm not sure what you even mean about a conspiracy theory. And, and I just kind of tried to clean up a little bit. So she didn't think that I was trying to FUD because I wasn't, right? And then she said to me, if you're not confident or comfortable, do not invest in the pre-sale. You can wait until the launch and check the chart evolution as well as the project. And the main chat is open for any of your questions. So again, is that something that I might want to put my money into? I don't think so. So don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. Okay, that's kind of the moral of that story is, don't be afraid to ask a question, because you know why? Because it's your money and you want to make sure that you're getting your questions answered. And we actually I did a call on what questions to ask, in the Telegram group, probably a number of weeks ago. You might want to go to the video library, or actually it's not in the library yet. I don't believe it's definitely on, I think it's on, I know we uploaded that, so it's got to be on YouTube. So it's on YouTube, and you can look up that, and that was really a great way for you to know, what do I actually ask when I'm in these Telegram groups? Okay, so that was a good tool for you. So that's something, what I'm doing here, guys, in case you're wondering, what's my logic? My logic has been, I'm laying groundwork. First I went through the actual, what's the lingo? What's the lingo that everybody uses in the crypto space? That was one of the videos that I did, right? That was one of the calls I did. I did that because being brand new, who the heck knows what half this stuff means? So look up that if you're brand new, because that'll be a good one for you. Again, the one I did about, and I laid some groundwork in regards to, how to get into the Telegram and what questions to ask, because if you're a newbie, you may not know. So I kind of laid that groundwork. Today, I went through tokenomics as well. And then I just shared, what a good tokenomic looks like and what a bad one looks like. So I'm kind of layering and laying some foundation for you to be able to, recognize. Now, this part I'm going to go over, it's about tools. Now, these are tools that I use as a vetter. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily, mean you have to be a vetter or a scout, but even if you are a investor and you want to be able to kind of get a little bit more information on, yourself, you can actually do this. So I'm talking I'm not just talking to scouts and vetters, I'm talking to actually, and to new people onto the platform, but I'm also talking to investors. There are some things out there. However, you can rest assured that we're using these tools on the Vetter platform, so if you're looking at one of our projects, you can bet that we've used these tools. Okay, so I like to show you a little bit, actually, that on the left-hand side there, I actually just wanted to kind of share with you, basically one of the things I look at when I'm looking at a community, I just look at, the community members and how many are online. I just threw that in there for kicks. But however, I wanted to actually, I want you to actually copy this link down, and actually it's clickable, in my presentation, but I'm not going to click it now because I don't want to go into it right now. But Josh Elder is a great YouTuber, and he got scammed. Now, guys, he knows the crypto system. He knows it backwards and forwards. And he was like totally shocked that he even actually got hacked. And he shared with you in this video exactly how it was done. And guys, I need to tell you, we posted this several times, and I wanted to share it again. So write it down, okay? Put it down and write it down. His name is Josh Elder. And you can just go to him and just find out, it's called Crypto Scammer Stole My $12,000, and then you'll be able to watch it. And he's going to give you some really good sound tips, okay, on what you can do to help yourself. Okay, great video. I just want to make sure that I wanted to recognize that again. Okay, so hold on 1 second. I actually got behind or in front of myself. All right. So before I get into, these are additional red flag checkers too. I wanted to actually, share it with you. Okay. I use a Telegram group called Safe US. So it's called SAFU Scanner Bot. Okay, it's real easy to use. You click on it. You're going to put the contract address in, and it's going to actually scan it for you and give you some feedback. Okay, there's also something that's called quickaudits.org. Now let me see if I can get out of here, and I can. Let me just get out of here so I can actually go and see if I can even click on it for you. I should be able to do that because I thought I made these clickable links. Yeah, I did. Yeah. This is a great little website, okay, where you can actually scan, a contract, okay? You just click it and you put in the contract address and it's going to give you information. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it'll give you information that you will be able to understand even as a layman, okay? I want to also go into, but I want you to know that this does require you to hold some tokens, okay? But there's other ones out there, like there's Honeypot is. You can actually put your token address in here and it's going to tell you, again, give you some really good information on, what's up with that actual contract. Okay, so that's kind of a nice little catch that you can actually look at. There's also rugscreen.com. And it does a similar type of thing. Enter the contract address, or enter it. If you're on Pink Sale and you want to take a look at something, just drop their name or drop the contract address in there. Okay. There's also RugDoc. Okay, there's CryptoWatcher.io, and also this is a pretty interesting one that I didn't even know existed. I stole this from somebody. You can actually put their website in here, or actually their Telegram group, I'm sorry, in here, and it's going to tell you, it's going to give you history about how long it's actually been up and running. So for instance, this is what Wayback does. Okay, it actually kind of marks out for you on the calendar, where they actually got involved in Telegram. So I thought that was, helpful for me. I really wanted it to be able to, kind of share it with you a bit. And I know that you're probably trying to write these down, but I'm going to give you a little quick tip. If you're honest, if you can screenshot it, that's great. If you can't screenshot it and you have your phone, take a picture of it. Okay. And also it's being recorded. And so you'll be able to go ahead and get that information as well. So I talked about this tool, and that's getting into my Saturday's presentation, which I'm going to get into a presentation on another network that I'm actually looking at. And this is where I made a 7X the other day. So I want to talk about that because it was a little challenging. For me, I never used it before, so I had to kind of switch some things around. Oh, great. It looks like Sleepy Guard had some information here, which is great. It says Wayback Machine is one of my all-time favorite websites. You bet. You can sometimes even see old versions of websites, from before edits are made, images and changes. So that's pretty interesting. Thanks for that. So any questions so far on anything that I covered? Let me ask a quick question. I said it was going to be interactive, right? How many people on the phone on the Zoom right now are brand new, just got involved in, crypto, just got involved in the platform? I would love to know that. So I wanted to say welcome. So if you are, just kind of raise your hand. I'm not going to, believe me, I'm not going to bite you. I'm just going to actually say welcome. And if you can't do that, that's okay too. I'll say welcome anyway. So glad to have everyone here. Looks like we got a nice group today. So I'm going to actually, the line's going to be open, guys. So you can just unmute yourself, anytime that you want. If you have a question, I'll be happy to answer it. And if I don't know the answer, guess what? I'll find it. So let me just go ahead and get off of here for a second while you're looking at maybe perhaps a question that you might have. And I'm going to take us right over to up to our contract right here. Hold on one sec. All right, guys. What? Ooh, that's psychedelic, huh? Woo. All right, let me just move this here. What I'm going to do is I am going to go to our Vetter site. Okay, and if you don't know how to go there, you just go to vetterplatform.app. Okay, and let me just open up this full screen so you can see. Okay, and then you're just going to click enter. And I'm actually going to be on the dashboard right now. I am going to connect my wallet. Okay, so if you're brand new and you get to the Vetter Platform app, all you have to do is click on Connect Wallet, pick the wallet that you have. I have MetaMask. Whoops. And it's going to ask you to actually sign in. I wanted this to be authentic so you can actually see how it works. If I can get my password right, that would be nice, right? You want to make sure that you have a password that is fully protected, guys. Okay, so here we go. So this actually connects me, and I'm going to make sure I'm on the right wallet. I have several wallets because I use different things for different, different programs. So this is my main wallet that I'm using here, for the show of this. And I want to share with you basically what all this means. And I want to ask you too, if there's something that you want me to go deeper into on this platform. Sometimes I'll have people, say, hey, can you actually go a little bit deeper, in that, on that particular subject or that particular area. I'll be happy to do that as well. So just, go ahead and let me know. I'm going to keep the participants open so I can see if you have a question, I can see that your hand would be raised. So, all right. Well, first of all, I'm going to go through this unless there's somebody who is brand spanking new. Anybody brand new? I know I asked this already, but I'm going to ask it one more time. No. Is there anything on the dApp that you would like for me to go into deeper? Okay, because if not, I'm actually going to focus a little bit on the dApp itself, how to use it. And I want to get into maybe some of the projects on the dApp, but I want to do what's best, for you, the audience. So let me know what you want to do, guys. Somebody has to unmute. All right, but I'm going to do what I think's best. Hi, Lulabelle.
Hey, I was thinking focused on some projects.
I can. What I'll do is I'll go through maybe like a 10-minute quick overview of the dApp, just a quick one, and then I will look at some projects that I've been kind of toying with myself. So, all right, thanks for answering me. I appreciate it. All right, guys, this is the dApp. As we all know, this is the beginning of what you're looking at. Okay, everything in here is your own personal data. Okay, this is where you know where you are in rank. This is where you know how much better that you're being paid when you actually, post things and vet things and things like that. So that's pretty simple, right? We've, most of you have been on this call before, and I can see that by looking at the names. So it's a great tool though, because it kind of gives you, it incentivizes you to actually see where you can go for the next level. Also, you want to make sure that you can also click this. I didn't know that.
Cheers.
Okay, so you can actually click that, and this will have a video that comes up that you can listen to. This is the hot list. Okay, the hot list is basically they're purple scouts maybe purple vetters as well, who basically have a good track record. And basically the system is basically saying these are some that are actually, maybe to look at. So, and if you see, they're all gaming. This seems to be a really hot category. This basically gives you a snapshot of what the color rankings are. And the color rankings are purple, meaning that they are, a top-notch scout and vetter. Okay, and then green that means that they're extra good as well. Beige means that they're doing really well, and yellow means they're just getting started, and the red means that they may have had a couple bad projects, but you know what? Don't we all? So this kind of just gives you an overview. This is a team stat. I like looking at this for the reason being, because if I see here that there are people that are actually being top paid scouts and top paid vetters, okay, I would like to know who they are so I can actually indeed go follow them, and you can actually look them up on the dApp. If you want to look at the top paid scout, again, you want to go and look at them on the dApp and see what they're doing right? So that's why I like looking at that. This is the tips and gain section, guys. I love looking at this. I just had, well, this was a 3X, but I just got a 7X. I haven't posted that yet. But look at all these here, a 10X, a 3X, a 2X, a 4X, triple X, I mean, that's a 5X. And this here, these are tips that these people here, okay, like I tipped Gordon Gecko 1,000, right? Better. Because why? Because he did well by me. I was happy that I was able to do something with the project that he posted. Okay. Do you have to do that? No, you don't. These are the tier levels. Okay. The way this works is the higher the tier, okay, the higher the tier, the more you can see on the dApp. Okay, the lower the tier, you have more limited access. Okay, and what does that mean? This means that you have to hold 500,000 vetter to be at tier 4, where you can utilize everything that I'm going to show you. This is the vetter library. Okay, this library is going to be filled very, very soon. We're finishing up on some of the projects that we're actually working on to be able to get, so you can actually get in here and see some great information. There's some, but there's not a lot, and there will be in the near future. Okay, so let's jump into the calendar, guys. I'm excited. I like to look at, for me, one thing I'm going to look at here is I'm going to look at the categories. Let's see here. I'm going to do private sales, pre-sales, and fair launches. I'm not going to pick up the IDOs, only because for the in most cases, you have to hold the token, and most people, don't have that, but some people do. So it's for the investor who, knows how to do that type of scenario. But I'm going to focus today on those 3 types. Well, let me just share with you this. This is a great little road here. Networks tells you what networks we actually have. This tells you the launch pads that we actually are able to go on. Okay, just keep in mind the BSC pad and the Unicrypt launch pad are 2 launch pads that you will need tokens for. These are the categories of the token. Okay, this is the rank. So if you only wanted to see, purple and green, you want to actually click there, but I'm going to put it on all ranks because I get a lot of successes from the beige as well. Even though that just means that their points aren't there yet, doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad scouts. Okay, Oracle, you have to be at the top level to be able to use, Oracle. I love this because this actually helps you if you want to see, the scout or the vetter that does well in a 24-hour period, meaning if you wanted to quickly get in a project and get out of a project, you might want to take a look at using this. Okay, I'm actually going to let it be because I want to see it all. Okay, and this is a great tool because these are filters. And my suggestion is that you actually go through them, understand what the filters mean, what they do, and then you can have a really good understanding. And this is great for those people who are quick, that need to do something quickly, right? Who basically, you get up in the morning and you only have 20 minutes and you want to take a look at this calendar, right? And you want to be able to, utilize your time, collapse time frames, right? You can do that by utilizing any one of these to actually cut back on the time that you're spending here. So what I'm going to do is a couple projects that first I want to actually share with you a project that I got into that well, you know what, maybe not, because I shared it on last night's VTC call. I shared Crow Market, still doing exceptionally well. And that was posted by one of our top scouts. I happened to get in that over the weekend and it's doing really well. Matter of fact, yesterday it took a nice little dip. So I actually, put a little bit more in at that point as well. So, take a look at it. I'm not telling you to invest in it because I don't know actually, let me tell you where it's at. So I'm talking about it, but I really should bring it up on the screen, right? It's Crow Market, and Crow Market's right here, and Crow Market is right here on the chart, okay? And this is Deck Screener right here. And let's see here. Actually, this is basically the starting point on where it actually launched. It launched here. I'm going to go to the horizontal line. I'm just going to actually, it's right about here is where it started. Okay, about 53, 0.53. Okay, and as you can see, it's done exceptionally well so far. Looks like this is the highest point here, right? Excuse me. So let's go to here and look at, you click here and you click on forecast, okay? And then you just go down to the actual, what happened to that line here? Whoops, did I not bring it over? I didn't bring it over far enough. Here is the actual starting line. Here's the starting line right here, guys. So I'm gonna go to forecast, okay, right here. And I'm going to take for the starting line of where it actually started from, which was right about here. And I'm going to draw this up to right about here. And that looks like it's what, a 7X. So pretty exciting. Okay. And it's still doing well, even though you're looking at, a downtrend now. Okay. A little bit here. But you know what? I came in again in here. So, and then I bought a little bit more in here. So I'm still ahead of the game. Okay. Because I also bought in at launch. So this was on our, platform here, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to go back to the calendar and I'm going to ask the question if there's anybody that would like me to look at a project, first of all, before I kind of jump into one. Anyone want me to look at a project for them? No? Okay. Well, then I will actually go to the calendar itself and I'm going to actually take that out so I can get a full calendar with the filters that I put in. And one of the ones that I want to look at is, and we actually looked at it last night, and it's called, oops, let me get in there, Pedoverse. And that is actually coming up in a couple days. This was actually scouted by Captain Kurt, who's a really good scout, and also Metal Ride Justin, who is also a very good, vetter as well. Exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this. We did look at this last night. In fact, I believe that the Vetter Trading Club will be getting into this based on what we've seen so far. Again, that could change, okay? Because what is the best course of action to basically find out whether or not you're going to stick with a project or not? the best course of action is to actually take a look at their Telegram group. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. But let me just go through this with you if you're brand new, what this all means. Okay, this here is a favorite of mine. I actually did favorite that. Maybe I unfavorited it by accident, but I favorite this because if you want to know about this, you can go to your own personal, support area, and then right here, actually your profile, and you can actually pick up on anything that you actually, it's almost like it's a favorite, you can actually go back and see what your favorites are. So let's take a look at this. Okay. This basically tells me, quite a bit. Captain Kurt actually gave us the pink sale list link, which we'll go to. Okay. We also have the Telegram link. We also have the website link. And he talks a little bit about the project. Talks about it's the first metaverse project with the highest auto staking and compounding APY. So, that's, what he's actually, excited about, and also, but he also talks about, the Telegram group has a significant amount of people, 8,600. It had a quick audit by contract checker, which is, I'm not know much about it, but I want to get to the vetter because the vetter did an outstanding job. Okay. First of all, the Telegram group, as you see, grew from 8,600 to 10,500, over 2,000 since the time that this got scouted, and it got scouted April 17th. So it's growing pretty significantly. And we'll look at that growth in a minute to see whether or not it's real or not. And I'll show you how you can decide that. So what he did here was really awesome. And remember, I told you that there's a lot of questions that we ask when they're in the Telegram group. Well, these are a lot of the questions that we do ask. And what he did, and it takes a lot of time to do it, so I give him a lot of credit. He didn't even summarize it. What he did is he actually wrote on every question that he asked. Okay, he actually wrote out the question and answer to every single question. Guys, let me tell you now, this takes a lot of time, but I can tell you this is an outstanding vetter. Okay, because I know how long this takes. Okay, yes, do we have it, where we're asking the questions, and can we copy and paste it and clean it up and bring it in here? Of course we can, but it's still a lot of work. And guess what? It's not really 100% necessary. Okay, but I have a great respect for it because I'm a veteran as well. So this is and there's great information. I'm not going to go through all of it, but I'm going to go through a few things because there were some things that I had questioned when I looked at this. It says here, 10,520 members, 2,000 since the Scouts report. The admin quickly responded to the community. He talked about the anti-bot measures that are in place. He said he doesn't see a bot presence in the chat. I asked a ton of questions, and all my questions were answered very quickly and with clarity. That's important, okay? Just like I shared with you in the very beginning, right? How I asked a couple questions in a group, right, that I was interested in, and immediately I got sidetracked, and and they said I was kind of drinking Kool-Aid to get into a conspiracy theory. Well, that's not this kind of project, and these are the kind of projects that I look at. So the next question he said is, I have a few questions, and I'm going to give you a little tip on this because this is how you're going to gain respect if you are a veteran or a scout in the community. Okay, but if you're also a user in the community, this is how you're going to gain respect very, very quickly in the development world. Okay, so one of the first things I do is I go into the Telegram group and I basically introduce myself and say, hey, my name is this, and I like your project. I'm a part of the vetter community, and I have a few questions. Is that okay that I ask you them here? Okay, and I do that because I ask that for a couple of reasons, right? I want to see what their reaction is. If their reaction to me is like, no, you can send me a DM and I'll get your questions answered there, but no, don't put them here in the chat. And that's been said to me, I got to tell you guys. So that's a red flag for me automatically, because what they do is they don't want me educating the people in the group, right? Because if I'm asking questions and because they know who I may be, okay, and then they're going to start to, the people who are watching are going to be looking at what I'm saying, right? So that would be a red flag for me. He was actually able to ask these questions. He said, a few questions I asked. This is what he's saying. Question 1, hey man, I was wondering how long after the completion of the fair launch until tokens launch. He said, we haven't pinpointed the exact time just yet, but it will be quickly decided after fair launch comes to close. Likely will be the same day or very soon after. So again, some basic questions. I see an audit was completed. I was wondering if there was any plans to do a CERTIC audit. He said was given a roadmap link, which did say CERTIC was going to be done in phase 2. So that means phase 1 they're in now. That means that the project's going to probably launch and then they'll do the CERTIC audit. Well, they had one. So at least, that's good. Says here, he said, awesome. Is there a rough idea of a timeline for those phases? He said phase 2 commences directly after the launch, essentially expecting all in there to unfold throughout the rest of the spring while we make our way into the summer. Then come end of the summer, you should see phase 3 rollout commence. So he went into some specific detail, right? Another thing, he wrote, so obviously there's a marketing budget for a post-launch to keep momentum going. Yes. And he said, yes, there is, so the next question I probably would have asked is, what is it? And he wanted to know about the team. So he actually told about the team. In fact, he went as far as entered the team notes and wrote out all the people and their LinkedIn pages and anything that they had associated with them, so that you can actually go and check it out if you are an investor. Okay, guys, I can tell you, if I was looking at this project and this is just me, okay? And I picked up this and I looked at this quickly and I did some a little bit of background, I could tell you I'm in, and I'm not saying that's a project you should get into. Okay. I'm not giving you financial advice. If you need a financial advisor, please do find one. Okay. I'm just telling you, how I eyeball projects. And if I see something that looks really good for me, okay, then that's kind of how I kind of determine. But let me look at this here. Let's go into the pre-sale. Now, yesterday, I didn't do the CAPTCHA right, and I never went back to fix it. So I am restricted. Okay. So I don't know how much information I'm going to be able to share with you here. But when we went through this yesterday, we found that there was a lot of legitimate communication happening, between the actual congregation or the community, I should say, and with them. So there was a lot of stuff. So I've already researched this, so I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time, on it. I wanted to actually go to the pin messages because I wanted to see because we actually learned about this today. And I want to actually, let me just go here and let me just type in pink sale. And let's see if, they give me the, I know it's in the Vetter. Okay, pink sale link. Let's put some of the stuff into use, right? That we learned today. Okay, let's take a look. These were where I actually showed you that's the circles, right? Now, just so you know, we did get answers on this. I don't have them in front of me because they're actually in Discord, because the on our VTC call last night, which we do pretty much 3 or 4 days a week, we asked that question to the actual vetter, and he was going to go back and get the answer to this. So this is something that, again, this is a question that we have. Okay, I know it was answered, and it was answered appropriately. So I'm not going to go get it right now because that'll take more time. But this is what we were referring to, right? The print sale, the liquidity, and also, there's other things that you can look at here too, but this was basically the metrics of what we actually looked at when we first, saw this, okay? So this is going to be a fair launch. That means there's no maximum. You could do pretty much as you like. And you can actually, pre-sale starts in 2 days, 18 hours, and 9 minutes. So this is basically where this is. So if you were going to get into this, okay, what you would do is you would put the amount that you want, okay, and then you're going to click buy, and it's going to connect your wallet, and then it's going to go ahead and it's going to buy it. Here's what's going to happen though. After the fair launch is done, you're going to have to claim it, and it's going to say claim. So when it's done, it's completely done, and they've done all their due diligence, and they also loaded their liquidity. Okay, you're going to be able to click claim, and then you're going to be able to claim your tokens. Okay, so that you can actually, go on to, Pancake Swap or wherever you want to go and see what you want, whether you want to rip FT or whether you want to stay with the program. And one of the things you'll say, well, how do I, how do I know that it gets into my wallet? Well, you know that because you're going to take this token address, not this one. This is the pre-sale token address. This is the actual token address. You're going to copy that, and then you're going to go over to your MetaMask wallet. Okay, and I'm just going to add the asset. So I'm going to scroll all the way down, and I'm going to say import, right? And I'm going to actually, okay, add custom, and I'm going to click add custom token. So now that meant that when I go back to this later and I actually claim, it's going to claim, and it's going to go right into my wallet. So you'll be able to see it there. Does that make sense, everyone? Any questions so far? I can't be doing that good of a job. All right, well, I'm glad you're here. So let's go ahead and let's go back and let's get out of the Telegram group, and let's go back here. And again, look at the website itself. And I was very candid on the VCT call, about this, because what happens, I'm not a gamer, and I really don't know a lot about gaming, and I'm actually going to pick some brains in the future because I want to be able to get better at it. But I know that the graphics are a big deal. And, oops, I hear someone chiming in. Okay, if you're not going to talk, guys, if you could just go ahead and mute out, that would be really helpful. And when there's a break, I'll definitely get all your questions answered for sure. Oh, Sleepy Guard has a question. Let's see here. He says, here's a question for when you're done with this overview. Okay, well, let's look at it now. If there's a project on the calendar that's been scouted but not vetted, is there a way to tag a vetter or get it put into some sort of queue? Well, that's a good question. So let me ask the question. First, all the vetters they have to be in Discord, okay? Because that's where we communicate with each other. So, so if you're not in Discord, okay, what I would do is and you're the one that actually scouted the project, or even if you're not the one that scouted the project, in our Telegram group, okay, the large one or the support one or whatever one you want, go ahead and put that in there, okay? Put it in there, the link to what you want someone to look at, and just say, hey, any vetters out there that might want to vet this project? Okay, what's going to happen is over time, you're going to know who those vetters are. Okay, or you can even, if you know a vetter and you ask, if you want them to vet it, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to say yes, because they may have, maybe they are overloaded or whatever. But for the most part, I think everybody's pretty good when it comes to actually working within the community. So that's what I would recommend. But if you're in Discord, you can actually go right into vetter support and do that. You're welcome. Looks like Kurt has several projects to look at that are not not vetted. All right, Kurt. Well, let me go to here, and you want to just share with me with one of those projects, and I'll take a look at it for you.
Hey, can you hear me, Phyllis?
I can. How are you?
I'm great. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
You had to just put my name in probably, or go to my Scout page.
Okay, wait, what is it, Captain Kurt?
Yeah, it's Captain Kurt, CAPT. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I was talking to the right captain.
But I know we got a couple of Kurts. Yeah,
I know we do.
I have other nick. I'll have to change my nickname.
Actually, I think weren't you the scout? You were the scout on Peter.
Yeah, I chatted that in earlier. I was laughing because I was like, you picked that. You know what? I found out my mistake was it actually somebody's. I think it came into my TG, my Telegram. Somebody just
Wow.
I was shilled to me because I was looking at another similar deal, and then I looked at it, I go, I don't like the pet stuff. I don't like those type of gaming things. I didn't like the website, but I liked the numbers on it. And I said, okay, I'll throw it in there. Maybe somebody will vet it. And then so when Metal Ride vetted it, he did a great job.
Oh my gosh, I know he does an amazing job, and he's actually a pretty new vetter, which is, he's doing fabulous.
I told him last night he had too much time on his hands. But for the group, I want you to understand that it takes a lot of time just to find one to post, and you're tremendous at it. And I haven't even really started vetting it because it takes my limited time just trying to scout.
Well, that's the whole purpose of crowdsourcing, right? Is that we're all here and everybody does different things well, and we all don't have to be great at everything. So tell me about the project you want me to look at, Captain.
Well, I can't see. Where's my glasses? Hang on. I can't. Most of mine are not vetted, so I guess whatever one. If you want to pick one that's going to launch out a few days.
You want me? I looked at this one already.
I can't even
Swap
so small.
Swap TC maybe, or Play to Survive, Omni World Quest.
Omni World's ugly. No, don't.
I know. I looked at that. I didn't. I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
Yeah.
What about Swap TC?
Let's try it. Yeah, that one has some unique features in it. So let's take a look at it. Oh,
why don't you tell us about it? I'd like to hear your spin on it.
I just think it had. Is that the one that's a? I apologize. I don't have my glasses on. Hang on a second. I'm trying to read your. I'm trying to read. All right, there we go. This one is. I think the way they do the rewarding was kind of neat, and I always try to look for something that's a little bit more unique out there other than the normal deals.
Right.
And it's and I think it's in its infancy. What are taxes and rewards, loyalty?
Let me take a look at the website. That'll tell me.
Yeah, that's how
it is definitely in its infancy, guys. It's only has 31. Hold on a second. Is there a way?
I'm sorry, I'm talking.
No,
some days
okay.
I might do 3 projects in a day. Some days, so
it's what I don't like right from the beginning though is, I'm joining the group and I'm not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
I
don't like that either.
I'm not. To me, that's already a red flag. And here's the other red flag for me. And I'm not saying no to the project, guys. Truly, I'm not. Okay, I'm just saying that the other red flag for me let me go back to here, is that there's only 31 people, and how can someone launch a project and have, sale pressure, by the 25th, unless the project date is not correct and they're going to move it out. But there's no way that they're going to have the actual buying pressure to be able to do that.
I don't know why tell you the truth, I don't know why I actually posted that now, but
That's
sometimes, when you like, if you go, I don't know, everybody here does, there's certain websites you go to sort of look at the projects. And after a while, you're rooting through the ones that are getting like boats or
right,
whatever. And where does project come from?
I just put, yeah, you know what, it's okay.
That's okay.
It's, that's okay. It's no big deal.
You just root through them. Yeah.
Yep. This is a free zone where you can do whatever. Nobody makes mistakes here. So actually someone just asked me to look at Forever Rise, and I don't have much time actually to do that, but because I'm actually at the top of the hour and I want to respect your time. But if you guys want me to look at it real quick, just kind of give me a thumbs up and I will move on to that, because there's not a VTC call today, so I'm not interfering with that call.
Go ahead, Phyllis. I like to learn too. I like the way you talk your way through projects. It's great.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right. Well, first of all, I know the scout. So, and I'll probably, if I get some time, which actually it's today, right? This is today it's launching? No?
Yep, it's right. It's launching right now. 5 o'clock, whatever, 5 o'clock time.
Well, actually, let's take a look at that real quick.
We're gonna go throw some tokens in.
I don't know if you can just wanted to chime in. It's not launching. It's in private sale right now.
Oh, is it in private sale? I was going to say, because it looks like it looked to me, it looked like it. Well, if it's in private sale, I don't know why I'm restricted here. Let me leave the group and come back. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's in private sale, guys. And does anybody know anything about the devs in this group? By any chance? Anybody know anything about them? Or I like how they're using the Forever Rise. I doubt that they're related, but you never
like
know.
Like the name.
Yeah, they like the name. So I'm going to try to hit join again, and I just keep on. Oh, hold on a second. I'm not a robot.
I hate these things.
It's good.
I know screening. Are we going to use that? Because it is a good way to screen now.
I actually, to be honest with you, if I don't see one, I don't even look at it.
Okay.
Because then I know that there's so many bots in here that it's like, to me, it's almost like a red flag. But at any rate, it is in private sale. So I don't recommend a private sale unless I know who they are. So, but this is something that I might take a look at though, because I may try to find out who they are. So I'm going to take a quick note of that so I can Forever Rise. And so, yeah, whoops, boy, I had to change that screen. That's enough to make you seasick. So I really, I'm not even going to really go into a private sale right now, but let me just take a look at the website real quick. I mean, it looked like there was a lot of activity going on in their group, and they had 600 and some people. So that's a good thing. Let me see if I can see anything on their team. And I hope they don't show me, yeah, they show me memes. I hate that.
I trust those guys.
Yeah. And they have their Telegram, but I will engage in this guy. I will definitely go back myself, and I encourage you to do that too. Don't be afraid, to do that. So I think, you know, I'm going to definitely look into this, but I'm not going to recommend anything to, I don't do any recommendations anyway, but I don't want to talk about it too much because it is a private sale. And we have one more out here. My goodness, we got an active call today. Sleepy Guard just saw one I saw on the calendar. Mostly the website caught my attention. Team is doxed, but something that I might keep my eye on for when they get to pre-sale. You're talking about,
You're talking about the one we were going over.
oh, the Forever Rise. So the team,
not docs.
oh, it isn't docs. Right. Okay. Yep. It's not docs, but you know what? That doesn't mean they won't, because I'm going to dig. So between you and I, Sleepy Guard, and between Metal Ride and everybody else out here, let's dig a little deep here and let's find some things, and we can come back and take a look at this when it gets out of its, you know, I don't know, might be a private sale I might jump into if I feel comfortable with what I see. But I got to really be comfortable. So guys, thank you so much for all your interaction today. It's been amazing. And it's been, you know, always a great experience for me. I actually learn as I actually do this as well. So you are, you know, you're the teacher as much as I'm the teacher. Truly, I mean that, because I learn something brand new every single time. So guys, have a great weekend. I will be doing the call tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. And love to have you on that call. I'm going to I need to expand a little bit on my topic. I'm going to be doing something probably with the Kronos network. I'm going to try to dig into that a little further, so I can help people understand it a little bit. I am just now understanding it myself. So, but thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone's time, and I will see you tomorrow. So have a great night, everyone. Have a blessed weekend, and have a great night. Take care.
Thanks, Phyllis.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.